हेलो वेलकम टू यूपीएससी एवेन्यू। माय नेम इज़ प्रत्युष दुबे और हम इस चैनल में यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जाम और अदर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम से रिलेटेड करंट अफेयर टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करते हैं। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद टुडेज टॉपिक। सो टुडेज टॉपिक इज अबाउट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इन मिलिट्री यूज। सो जैसे जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज एज अ टेक्नोलॉजी इज एडवांसिंग, अल्टीमेटली मिलिट्री में भी वेपन्स में भी इसका यूज होना स्टार्ट हो जाएगा। These systems are going to be weaponized eventually. अब प्रॉब्लम इस वेपनाइजेशन के साथ ये है कि व्हाट इफ these AI based weapons fall into wrong hands। ठीक है, रॉन्ग हैंड्स जैसे कि इट कुड बी अ नॉन स्टेट एक्टर, राइट, कुड बी अ नॉन स्टेट एक्टर, इट कुड बी अ टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। इसके बहुत ही एक ड्रास्टिक कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकते हैं, ड्रास्टिक रिजल्ट हो सकता है इसका, राइट। Not just this, what happens when a AI based weapon, which is basically analyzing data, finding targets, and executing targets, it's doing all of this on its own. So it's making autonomous decisions. Autonomous decision का मतलब है they no human is involved there. They're making decision on their own. Now what happens when these weapons they start to target civilians, right? Because we are not sure about their ethical and moral standards. And even if they have human based ethical and moral standards, what is the guarantee कि they are going to be absolutely accurate in their assessments? ठीक है, तो काफ़ी सारे यहाँ पे इश्यूज दिख रहे हैं हमें जो फ्यूचर में हो सकते हैं। एंड टू डिस्कस ऑल दीज इश्यूज एंड आयरन आउट and finalize the regulations that might be required to handle these issues, a summit was held in South Korea, Seoul, South Korea, and an outcome document has come out of it. Okay? This summit happened on 9th and 10th September और अभी उसका फाइनल आउटकम डिसीजन आया विच इज कॉल्ड ब्लूप्रिंट फॉर एक्शन. सो वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस मोर अबाउट दिस समिट. ठीक है, इट्स कॉल्ड द रिस्पॉन्सिबल AI for military use summit. We'll know who all participated in the summit and we'll know what was the outcome. हम मिलिट्री यूजेस ऑफ AI भी देखेंगे कि फ्यूचर में पोटेंशियल क्या है AI का मिलिट्री के यूज़ में, और एंड करेंटली क्या चल रहा है इसके बारे में भी हम थोड़ा डिटेल में जानेंगे. एंड एट द एंड आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू. सो द रिस्पॉन्सिबल AI summit. Now, last year in 2023, in Hague, Netherlands, the first summit took place. Okay, नेदरलैंड्स में ये समिट हुई थी, फर्स्ट समिट. दिस इज कॉल्ड द रिस्पॉन्सिबल AI फॉर मिलिट्री यूज समिट. ओके, REAIM समिट. ये फर्स्ट समिट हुई थी. इट वॉज अटेंडेड बाय अराउंड 90 कंट्रीज. इसका जो आउटकम डॉक्यूमेंट आया था दैट वॉज कॉल्ड कॉल फॉर एक्शन. ठीक है, दिस वॉज सपोर्टेड बाय अराउंड 60 countries, 60 nations, and India as well as China did not endorse this report outcome. Now the second REAS summit is took place in Seoul, South Korea. ठीक है, this was also attended by officials of around 90 countries. 60 के लगभग कंट्रीज ने जो इसका आउटकम डॉक्यूमेंट है which is called the blueprint for action, blueprint for action. 60 countries ने सबमिट किया एंड अगेन चाइना एंड इंडिया हैव नॉट endorsed this outcome. जो सियोल में समिट हुआ, द सियोल समिट was co-hosted by Netherlands, Singapore, Kenya, and United Kingdom. So basically, 5 countries to get together hosted this summit. ऐसा क्यों? Because they wanted a multi-stakeholder discussion. ठीक है? So their main agenda was कि जो ये AI से related AI in military use से related जो discussion है, it should not be hijacked by the powerful nations. ठीक है? The global powers like USA and China, वो और the European Union. They don't want कि कुछ पावर सेंटर्स जो हैं वो अल्टीमेटली डिसाइड करें कि क्या एक ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड या ग्लोबल रूल्स इस्टेब्लिश होंगे. So to avoid that, they made this multi-stakeholder arrangement for the discussions. Now, जो blueprint for action है, which is basically the outcome document of this summit, it talked about need to prevent AI from being used to proliferate weapons of mass destruction by actors including terrorist groups. तो इसका मतलब क्या है? देखिए, जो AI है ना, you must have used GPTs, right? Chat GPT. So it's a type of an LLM, which is a large language model. इसमें क्या होता है? इसमें you ask a question and it gives you an answer in a readable format. ठीक है? Readable and easily understandable format. So this is a GPT or GPT अगर Chat GPT आप use कर रहे हैं तो there are a lot of moral restrictions that they have put on it. So it's not going to tell you anything controversial or anything dangerous. But what happens if terrorist organizations gets their hand on sensitive military AIs, military LLMs, वो उससे sensitive information ले सकते हैं, right? They could ask it for ways to build weapons, right? Build weapons. Even they could ask it how to make chemical weapons or in some cases nuclear weapons, right? So that would make the access of these weapons of mass destruction very readily available to non-state actors. It's going to be really, really dangerous for the humanity. So to prevent this, we need to have certain guidelines and certain rules on how we need to develop these AIs. So इस पे बात हुई है summit पे. The other thing was human control and involvement in nuclear weapons employment. So imagine if you have a nuclear warhead, and there is no human involved in the launching process of this. So it's going to identify the target and it's going to execute. यहाँ पे कोई human. So this is going to be very dangerous. You need at least one person who's overlooking this whole thing and basically takes the final call, final decision. So to make sure this doesn't happen, this was an agenda in the discussion. Again, India did not endorse the call to action as well as the blueprint for action document of the summit. The summit is not only international discussions, there are other international discussions to rein in AI in military use, like the 1983 Convention on certain conventional weapons, the CCW, the UN CCW, is also discussing the potential restrictions on lethal autonomous weapon systems for compliance with international humanitarian law. So, खाली जो REAIM है, it's not the only one or the only you could say summit that's looking into these matters. The UN CCW is also discussing about the potential restrictions. US government has also launched a declaration on responsible use of AI in the military, which covers broader military applications of AI beyond weapons. ठीक है, तो US ने भी एक basically guiding declaration इस बारे में निकाला हुआ है. Now, what is India doing? India right now is observing. We are not making any decisions because we want to see which platform is going to be the best for this kind of discussion. अभी हमें पता नहीं है कि ये जो REAIM है, is it powerful enough to basically convince these countries to come together and make these regulations? क्या ये lobby कर पाएंगे? Or we should go with the UNCCW, or we should try for our own some sort of a multi stakeholder arrangement, or through G20 or through SCO. So we are not sure about it, right? So we are looking at the options right now. That's why we are not very active in this discussion, which in a way is also not good for us. Why? Well, because we have done that with nuclear weapon proliferation. We stayed away from it, और उससे क्या हुआ? Eventually हम nuclear supplier group से बाहर हो गए, right? Because we were not active in those discussions. So we should not make the same mistakes again, and we should be a little more active, little more proactive in these discussions, so that, right, we have our foot in the door. Some examples of AI that are being used in weapons in the current wars. So the Russia-Ukraine war, Ukraine is toying with AI drones. So there's this thing called swarm of drones. So swarm जैसे कि झुंड होता है ना, ग्रुप. So उसके तरीके से drones also they travel together, and these drones, it's suspected that Ukraine has developed and is using these drones to attack on Russia. And swarm drones में ये system होता है कि these act as torpedoes, right? These act as missiles, basically, and they travel together and they identify the enemy or the target, and they communicate with each other. So even if radar jamming हो रही है, right? So if you have a Ukrainian station here and Russia is jamming long range communications systems here, and you can't communicate with these drones, but these drones, because they are closer to each other, they can communicate with each other in short range, of course. So short range communication होगा, and they can coordinate and basically target the whatever there is, whatever their target is. So coordinate बहुत easily कर लेते हैं. So that's how they are using it. Israel-Palestine war में और Israel-Gaza war में अभी right now Israel is using two systems. One is called Lavender and other is called Gospel. The Gospel. So these are basically used to identify people who are involved in the war and attack them, or identify buildings where potential terrorists might be hiding. So they are using facial recognition technology, as well as sorry, they're using facial recognition technologies as well as behavioral analysis to find out targets and execute them. Now the question: consider the following statements regarding artificial intelligence. AI systems can only operate effectively within the specific domains they are trained for, and struggle to adopt a new unrelated task without retraining. As a first statement, the other is AI technologies are incapable of processing large amounts of data and require constant human interventions to make decisions. And the third is AI systems are designed to replicate human intelligence and can autonomously achieve general intelligence comparable to that of humans. So you have these three statements, and you have to tell me which of these statements are correct in the comment section below, and I'll discuss the answer at the end of the video. So now the potential uses of AI in military. So warfare systems में use हो सकता है, ठीक है. AI enhances weapons, sensors, navigation, surveillance. Surveillance में जैसा हमने बताया कि they can use facial recognition technology, movements, social media activity, and all of that to surveil, and basically targeting के लिए use हो सकता है, ठीक है. So you can target which all people or which all groups are high risk groups or high risk individuals, and you can basically take care of them. ड्रोन स्वाम्स में भी बात हुई, ठीक है. दे एक्ट विथ कलेक्टिव इंटेलिजेंस, इम्प्रूविंग इफेक्टिवनेस इन बोथ simulation and real operation through autonomous coordinated actions. Strategic decision making, AI aids in analyzing data and generating simulations to support rapid informed decision making, though human oversight remains essential, right? So they can be used because they can analyze huge amounts of data. They can also make good decisions based on that, and fast, quick decisions on the basis of that analysis. So strategic decision making में भी काफ़ी यूजफुल हो सकता है. Data processing and research, right? Large volume of data, very quickly they can analyze and find patterns and generate insights out of that. Combat simulation training can improve the training simulation by creating realistic scenarios, personalized training materials, right? So if you have different people who have different pace of learning or at different stages of learning or acquiring a skill, these AI can basically help in creating a simulation environment for their training. Target recognition, AI improves the accuracy in identifying targets, of course. Threat monitoring, ये भी हमने डिस्कस किया. Detection situational awareness through unmanned systems and drones, improving security and response efficiency. Cyber security में भी again they can identify malwares, right? Malwares and viruses. But one downside of this is if this type of AI comes into the hand of the wrong people, they can also create malwares. So that can be very detrimental. Transportation, AI optimizes logistics, right? So they can tell you the efficient routes, preemptively address the potential issues, reducing human involvement, right? So अगर कहीं autonomous, you need autonomous tanks or autonomous vehicles, and that also uses AI. Casualty care, so it can basically provide you in the absence of a medic in the war zone or in a conflict zone. It can help you make decisions under stress by analyzing trauma data, providing recommendations through though human judgment is crucial. So at the end of the day, you can't completely rely on these systems. So the question that I asked, the answer is statement 1. So the statement 1 is correct. AI systems, particularly those based on machine learning, are often specialized for specific tasks and can struggle with tasks outside their training data. That's absolutely correct. Statement 2 is incorrect. AI technologies are designed to process and analyze large amounts of data efficiently, and while human oversight may be required, many AI systems operate with minimal human intervention once trained. And statement 3 is correct because AI systems have not achieved general intelligence comparable to human intelligence and are typically designed for narrow tasks rather than replicating overall human cognitive abilities. Right? Thank you. If you found this content valuable, please drop a like on the video, share this video with your friends and fellow aspirants, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more such current affair videos. Thank you very much.